For our heroes in the stadium, we've got some big updates too. Sigma.
Yes! Season 2 of Stadium just dropped, and we finally get another tank. And after spending hours on studying Sigma in shooting range, I present to you his most broken and fun loadout. The Polish Cannon. And now it's actually possible to share your loadouts. All you have to do is just click this import button and enter the unique code of my loadout, which I will also leave in the description. And then you'll be able to mindlessly copy everything it says. Just let me explain how it works and why is it so powerful. Okay, let's start with the perk called Volatile Gravel. For only 4k, this thing is pretty busted, and let me explain why. Every time you hit someone with your rock, you gain one stack that gives you 5% ability power, which can stack up to 4 times and lasts for the whole round. But if you will miss with your rock, it will fully reset, making you look like a dumbass. Thankfully, it doesn't have to be a direct hit with your rock to get a stack, and you do not lose your stacks upon death. And it's not because Mercy revived me in this clip, you just keep them until the round ends, which is nice. Okay, to sum it up, for only 4k credits, at full stacks, this thing gives you 30% ability power for the whole round. Unless, you know, you miss somehow. That means that this pile of garbage you throw at people will deal much more damage. And to amplify its damage even more, I usually choose Mass Driver as my first power-up. In simple terms, put shield, throw rock, do more damage. It's pretty simple and pretty effective. Keep in mind that it gives you a lot of projectile speed. Oh wow. But that means that for a moment you can turn Sigma into Hanzo. But with rocks. With this amount of damage you can actually one-shot someone if you add your left click, but keep in mind that in this clip I had only 2 stacks, so you know, that wasn't my full potential. The projectile speed your shield gives you makes it much easier to hit your target. It won't always one-shot them, and it's not supposed to. Sigma is a tank, remember? But you can also turn it into a pretty good crowd control tool. You see how I pulled them there? Yes, you can finally forget about Zarya, thanks to the second power-up in this loadout, Singularity. Basically, it adds some area damage to your rock and pulls everyone towards the impact point. Oh, and you wanna know how to make it even better? We add the harness. 25% ability power and 50% explosion radius. Just give Sigma a domain expansion at this point. Okay, so we made our rock deal a lot of damage, and now you get to decide what to choose next. That's right, I won't be holding your hand and telling you you did a good job this time. You're a big boy now. Now it's all up to you. But I can give you a couple of advices before leaving for the milk. If you want to be more aggressive, Hyperloop is a great choice, especially against slow and fat targets, because for every direct hit with your primary fire, it reduces half of the second of your rock cooldown. That means you can spam it more often. Another interesting choice is Orbital Barrier. Basically it gives you this small shield that floats around you, and I'm really impressed that Blizzard thought about it. It works with the Mass Driver. The only downside is that you have to time it right, but it still works. It has a smaller size and health pool than your main shield, but it's still better than having nothing in case the main one gets broken. But the main reason I use it is probably because it feels like having a friend around you all the time. And also because I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, you see the Reaper's health? For some reason, it deals more damage if it passes through both of those shields, and many times I double checked it. Like for example, here's me with no other power-ups or perks, target 1 and target 2. Look, the difference is pretty small, and even at full ability power, look what happens with 1 shield and 2. Yeah, and that was 110% ability power. So yeah, most of the time the difference will be pretty much unnoticeable. But knowing this, next time you will leave your target with 1 health, you will be pretty mad. Okay, so Sigma can deal a lot of damage, he can crowd control, he can protect. But did you know that he can heal?
What?
It's all thanks to Decupier's studies. I'm sorry. Basically, it makes your shield heal everyone who's behind it for 3% of your overall health each second. And once again I'm impressed because it works with your mini shield. So yeah, you're pretty much Lucio. And you know what's great about it? It stacks. Although my mini shield is healing me right now, my health is still slowly depleting. But if I put my main shield, look, nothing. Therefore, it stacks. The downside is the range, because your teammates have to be very close to your shields to receive some healing. And the obvious one, your shields can be broken. In this clip I just maxed out my health, so the healing here is pretty noticeable. But I think that's an idea for another loadout, so let's move on to other perks that are pretty good in this loadout. Let's talk about Cyber Venom and Liquid Nitrogen. It sounds like I'm teaching chemistry. They both are pretty similar and give you ability power, which is nice. But Liquid Nitrogen slows your target by 20% for 3 seconds, while Cyber Venom reduces the healing your target receives by 30%, but only for 2 seconds. Both of them are pretty good, but I usually choose Cyber Venom because sometimes it's pretty hard to kill someone whose vitals are being monitored 24/7 by that annoying ass Mercy. Another interesting option is the Eye of the Spider. Wait. Is this what it's called? This is pretty good in cases where, you know, you throw your rock and you leave your target with a pretty small health pool. Oh, and by the way, this is like a 7th round. You can see the loadout here in full action. Basically, I pulled them. The range is insane because of harness. She didn't die only because I have only 1 stack of gravel, and both of them got a healing reduction from Cyber Venom. And then I finished the job by just throwing my balls in her face. So yeah, that was a pretty good showcase. What else we got? Okay, Antimatter is really optional. It makes your balls explode. It's a decent damage perk for 10k, and it can help you deal with those annoying Juno mosquitoes much easier. To be honest, I didn't know what else to throw in, so yeah. Okay, and Martian Mender is a good perk in general. I like to combo it with this one, I've shown you before, because it also regenerates 3% of your health and gives you some cooldown reduction, which is always nice. And all of the perks that are down here just give you ability power. I just use them a lot, so we put them in here. Okay, once you get this loadout, you probably will wonder in what order should you get everything. Okay, these are the essentials of this loadout. Without these, it will suck. This is great for crowd control. This is for your epic Sigma montages, and I rarely use these because Sigma's primary fire is kinda weak in Stadium. This is for survivability, and these are the starter items that will help you. So, apart from the essentials, you have a pretty good variety of what to choose. Just play around your shield, and don't forget to call it back when you're done, because it will get destroyed pretty fast. And practice a little bit to get used to the projectile speed it gives you. And if this happens to you, well, you can't do anything, to be honest.
Why, thank you.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this loadout. I am sure that some parts of it will definitely get nerfed. They always do. So try it while you can. And tell me in the comments if you managed to one-shot someone. And thank you for all the support. I really appreciate that. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye now.